Good afternoon, automotive aftermarket peoples. It's Carm Capriato, the Aftermarket Radio Network, and the week 291 of the Town Hall Academy. Good to see you. Good to have you here, as you always come here for a dose of knowledge. And we're going to talk about customer amenities today. Imagine that. We're coming to you live from the Remarkable Results Radio podcast studio, sponsored by Delphi Technologies and Shopware, as happens each and every week. Good to have you here again. Let's meet my guests. My great guests, Rachel Spencer, Spencer's Auto Repair, Crum, Texas. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Carm. Thanks for having me back.
Glad to have you. Matt Lockowitzer, 10-store operation, Fargo, Moorhead, Minneapolis, and the states and joints nearby. North Dakota and Minnesota, huh?
Yeah. Thanks for having me back on again.
Glad to have you here, Matthew. George Gilligan, Revolution Motorworks in Finksburg, Maryland. Sorry, George.
Oh, you're good.
Good to have you. Just a really cool side note. We've been trying to do this for only 3 months. And every time I threw out a date this summer, everyone was busy. And I just hung in there, and we finally came together. And that's one of the biggest challenges of putting on a show that always has guests on it, is that we always have to fit the schedules together. Hey, if you're with us on social media, please give us a high five and or a like. We'd love to see and or hear any comments from you. Appreciate that. And great sponsors that always support our great show. You know, why wait until the end of the month for your accountant to tell you how things turned out? With advanced analytics, you can compare any metric anytime, so you don't need to guess. It's all part of getshopware.com. Hey, did you clean the fuel tank the last time you replaced a fuel pump? Contamination buildup in the tank not only impacts the vehicle's performance, but can also damage the fuel pump. Cleaning the fuel tank in 5 minutes with Delphi Technologies fuel tank cleaning tool. Learn more at delphiaftermarket.com. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and thanks. Yeah, we'd love to have you subscribe to us on YouTube, Carm Capriato channel on YouTube. Do me a favor. Just go and do it. Let me see it happen this afternoon. Love to have you. Next week, why speak to fifth graders? And if you don't think that's important, shame on you. Why speak to fifth graders? You know, I'm on my soapbox all the time about growing our own and building our own industry. And this group, man, they do it. They know it. And I just want to have them on next week to hopefully inspire you as we start the Labor Day weekend next week. I think we should jump in this thing, customer amenities. So here's how it got. I got inspired by Matthew a bunch of years ago. We did an episode together, and he brought up this really cool bear of his. And then Rachel does so many things. George has a lot of stuff going on. And every time we do a Aftermarket Weekly show, as we do the virtual tour every Tuesday, I get a chance, and you get a chance to see inside of so many shops. And we were just at a shop yesterday in Buffalo, because we belong to an independent owners group. And there it was, the beautiful little customer amenity. And I sat in the cool leather couch that was across from it. And I looked at it and I said to the owner, does the customer know it's complimentary? And the owner looked at me, scratched his head and say, I would hope so. And nowhere on it did it say complimentary, because we go to a bar in a hotel room, Rachel, and we maybe take a Coke and realize that when we checked out, the Coke cost $5. And we always think that it's there for the opening.
Right.
But we don't, unless you read the fine print, you'll be charged for. We have this, oh my God, there's a beautiful cooler of water, but we don't necessarily think we could go and grab it. And so what do? We feel a little embarrassed. We walk up to the service advisor and we say, how much is the water? For even those words, in my opinion, should be spoken, is wrong, or even thought. And I just believe, in my opinion, that there should be this really cool little card on the amenities bar, if that's what you want to call it, that says complimentary. Please help yourself. I don't know, agree or disagree with me, gang?
I agree
Oh,
with you 100%. We've got labels on our basket with the snacks and everything on it. It says complimentary snacks.
cool,
So they know that those are there for them.
cool. Matt,
We're real big on when people are checking in to make sure that they know. So I feel the verbal way
okay,
of telling
cool.
them is a little bit better. But I mean, as long as they know or somehow, whether it's a sign or you tell them, but part of our training process is to make sure that any guest that's waiting is aware that what's there is for them to use.
How about you, George?
Yeah, the same. So when a customer checks in, our advisors just say, hey, there's complimentary water, coffee, tea. We have snacks there for you. So they kind of introduce it to them on the check-in.
So the big question is how many people are waiting anymore? Or do we do what we do in our lobbies to have an impression? And or if they come in early to check out and maybe the car isn't quite ready yet or the service advisor doesn't have the invoice prepared, then they get a chance to sit and potentially, have a chance to take something from the bar. So please don't discount the fact that I don't have any waiters anymore. It shouldn't matter. I'm not going to do that. I think the impression is worth millions.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I think the waiters have definitely dried up. We see very few compared to a few years back, but they're still coming in, dropping the car off, picking it up. It's been hot here, so a nice cool bottle of water, definitely helps on the way out. It definitely makes a difference. Either way, it's just a nice little amenity to give to the customer. Just a little extra thank you.
And not even just our customers, our vendors. We had an Amazon driver come in this morning and ask us, could he have a bag? I mean, he knew they were complimentary, but him not being a customer, he wanted to know if he could have a bag. So for us, we want to make sure that everybody walks through our door, becomes a part of our family. So even if that is a vendor or whoever comes in, we want them to feel like they're special. So we say the snacks are and water and for everyone.
Got it. Hey, I see my camera isn't quite playing nice. So if I leave, you'll have to do the show without me.
We can handle it.
I bet you could. Anyway, I bet you. So here's the deal. I'm going to ask a question. You guys can answer it because I'm going to try to fix my camera. I have a bunch of thoughts for this episode. Why should I listen to this thing on customer amenities, Carm? Well, my question is why amenities? Do customers appreciate it? Do you get compliments? Is there free internet available, Wi-Fi for them to potentially work if they wanted to? And what about loaner cars and a bunch of other things? So why don't I do this? Why don't I ask the question, do customers appreciate it? Matt, I'll go to you first. I'll leave. I'll try to fix my camera and come back. So why do customers appreciate it?
Yeah, so I mean, we offer multiple amenities, from loaner cars to the way our waiting room's set up. Um, Customers very much appreciate, especially like the loaner cars, because it keeps them getting to soccer practice, getting to work, getting to doctor's appointments, things like that. The waiting room itself, I mean, obviously we set it up with the intention of, if you got a busy person that needs to work, there's a workstation set up for them. They have charging stations built into the wall. They can plug their USB drives in. I think we have 12 different kinds of coffee, and then we have tea and all the other stuff, branded water bottles, pop, different things like that for them to feel comfortable while they're in our waiting room. Multiple different kinds of magazines to, obviously Wi-Fi should be a given at this point in most places, but, having Wi-Fi and things like that, making sure they know where the restrooms are. I mean, just the little things, but I guess I've been a big believer the little things make a big difference. So that's kind of what we've always tried to present with. Beyond that, we have, if somebody comes in with a pet, we have little scarves for pets, that are branded with our name. They got like 8 different colors. They can dress their dog or cat up. Hand sanitizers. I mean, all the little trinket stuff, ice scrapers. I'm in the north, so I have to have ice scrapers. Tire pressure gauges, all the things that, somebody might not think they need in their car or don't have. We try to provide that for them at no cost to make their experience even better.
What did I miss?
Couple things, I think.
That's okay. Rachel, did you have a chance to chime in on that?
I didn't. I mean, our focus is on the customer and their experience. If we do that very well, then the rest we feel like will take care of itself. We are all in the people business. If we take care of the customer, everything else will fall into place. We believe in giving the white glove service. We have to be so good that they won't forget us. Go back to the basics. If we were a hotel, if we left a mint on their pillow, but we didn't make up their bed, they're not gonna, the only thing they're going to remember is that we didn't make up their bed.
That's
So
funny.
we
By the way, I think that is so funny. I got a mint, but I didn't get a made up bed.
Yeah,
Uh,
so we've got to make sure that we go back to the basics. And customer service, as we all know, has gone downhill. So one thing that we set ourselves apart from our competitors is that we are going to deliver and that we are committed to providing the best experience to create a lifetime customer here at Spencer's.
I got to stop you. This whole hotel thing, guys. Can we take a little left on this road to discovery? Why? Why no? You have to go ask for new towels. Why do you have to ask to have your bed made up? Was it a true cost cutting move from the hotel industry, or is it like we have the shortage of really good people to come in and do the job? What have you heard about the hotel industry because it is so changed as it comes to the customer experience?
I think it's a combination of both. I mean, I know they're struggling for staff, and the people they do have, they're having to pay higher wages to, and the room rates haven't really went up a whole lot, so they have to find ways to combat that. Just like a lot of businesses, the restaurants are changing hours and different things like that. I mean, it's all relative to staffing and increased costs.
Yeah. Well, then I guess uh, I knew the answer to that. But Rachel, you were away for a well-deserved vacation. Did you find any customer experiences that weren't up to your standards?
Oh, most definitely. We had checked into a hotel, and upon check-in, the representative that was helping me, the what I had reserved the reservation for and the dollar amounts didn't match. She just said, "Oh, don't worry about it at the end." Um, she gave us the key to our room. She didn't instruct us that there was an elevator, and our room was on the sixth floor. So right there, I was already frustrated that she had not closed that expectation gap with me, and we had to haul our luggage up six flights of stairs. So we get into our room, and we had booked a oceanside suite. It was supposed to have a bedroom and a living room with a Murphy bed, and I get in there, and it's a king size bed. That's it, and it was three of us. So I go back downstairs and talk to them and explain to them, this is not the room I booked. You didn't explain to me this on the check-in. They said, oh yeah, the AC broke. And I'm like, don't you think that would have been good to let me know before I got here or even at check-in? Because now my perception is I had paid a premium price for a premium room and they had downgraded me to another room and then didn't even inform me. So
Wow.
that was a really bad experience. Luckily, they had some sister hotels, and we were able to go stay there. But that was still a really poor experience at that location. But I will say we did stay in Miami for another one night. We stayed there, and this hotel went above and beyond. They had concierge helping us getting our luggage there. We got checked into the room. We had booked a golf stay-in play package, and they had these little chocolate cake balls that were designed to look like golf balls that were sitting on a bed of coconut that they had dyed green so it looked like they were sitting in the grass. So that was really nice. And they had a handwritten thank you note thanking us for staying there. Later on that evening, we came back to our room and they had our sheets turned down for us, robes laid on the bed with a mint and a little bag of lavender spray to spray our pillows. So that was just a really phenomenal service. And I explained that to my staff that that's what we want our customers to feel.
Wow. What a great story. Love to hear that. And especially an individual like you, Rachel, that goes to the nines to
Oh, yeah.
take care of your customer. You probably felt, it says, oh my God, it was nice. I'm being pampered because I pamper my
Oh
customers.
yeah, I sent my
Yeah.
staff a picture the other day. I'd gone through McDonald's. I was just in a hurry and I got that McDonald's burger and you obviously you're not expecting a whole lot from McDonald's, but on a 99-cent cheeseburger. But I got this burger and I opened it up and it's not assembled correctly and the cheese is off centered. And I sent this picture to my staff immediately. And I'm like, when you do your job, I want you to think about, are we serving McDonald's or are we serving a gourmet hamburger? Because this is not the kind of service that we will put out here at our location.
I can't believe where we're going with this discussion. This is so interesting, everyone. But I think it's all irrelevant to, we've titled this episode Customer Amenities, but we could have titled it Customer Expectations. And you're so right. I don't know where McDonald's is going, but Rachel, and it's not my favorite place to go. But occasionally when you're on the road and time's tight, you do that quick, terrible nutrition stop. And if you've been on this earth a little bit like I have, you remember back in the day when they were 15 cents and it was a novelty to go to a McDonald's. And man, that whatever we got for 15 cents back 40 years ago, where did it go? It disappeared.
Yeah. And I think when you go to McDonald's, you know that you're not going there for quality. You're going there because it's fast and it's cheap. And I think that's where we have to set the expectations with our customers that we don't offer that kind of service there. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. But on our end, we have to be able to deliver that. And making sure that we go back to the basics and deliver that exceptional service. When you go to a restaurant, you know that you're going to leave there and you're going to have eaten really good food. When you go to the dentist, you're going to come out and your teeth are white and all shiny and you're happy and you feel better about yourself. But what are they getting from us? Most of the time, they can't see or feel anything with their cars. So we really have to go above and beyond and get into their hearts and minds so they remember us as their only choice when it comes to fixing their vehicle.
Wow, how interesting. Look at George. I know when Rachel mentioned the word concierge service, and I see what you do at your place. Pick up and drop off services, loaner vehicles. You're doing some really good stuff.
I mean, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, but it's all about the customer experience. They don't know, like Rachel said, they don't know what's going on under the hood of their car, underneath their car, besides that digital vehicle inspection we send. But it's all the little things that support that. It makes it easy. Part of our values is, do we make it easy for the customer? I mean, it's auto repair is not a fun thing to go through. So we try to make that as fun and easy as possible. Our advisors are super friendly and just outgoing and nice. And customers come in and love them. They bring us stuff all the time. They bring us pizzas, they bring us donuts just because they appreciate what they had received from us, the quality of service. And Rachel's right too. Like everywhere else in the world, it seems like the customer experience is second, and profits or just saving money is the first thing everyone worries about. And we have to flip that script. We have to make sure that the customer feels appreciated. We can give them a ride, or they can have a car so they can go about their day, because without your car, you're lost. I mean, I know everyone here that's been without their car for any period of time, it's like you feel like you're stuck. So we want to give them their freedom to do what they need to do, take the kids to school, practice, what have you. But it's super important to pad that experience and make that experience as nice and as possible.
I want to come back and talk about. Hang on, Matt. I'll let you come back, but I got to ask you about your branded water first, George. I want to stop for a moment. Thank our great partners. Do you struggle to let go of the shop at the end of the day? When you see your end of day balance, how are you tracking this month? It's much easier to enjoy that ball game or any other non-wake up at 2:00 in the morning because you have getshopware.com. And when you turn to Delphi Technologies for your chassis needs, quality is always at the forefront. Material and dimensional enhancements, as well as 700 hours worth of salt spray testing, goes into each and every chassis part produced. Visit DelphiAftermarket.com to see over 8,000 chassis parts that Delphi has in stock. Matt, your comment?
Yeah, at the forefront of the guest experience and amenities is the team members and the people that work for us. And if we don't make sure that their experience is exceptional and that they don't understand why we're doing some of these things, the guest experience and amenities mean nothing. So it's super important that we, show our team members the same level of experience that we want to show our guests.
Absolutely, right on. When people come into a business, and this has happened to me so often, you walk in, even if it's a small business, if you can feel the love inside, just that, the eye contact, what you see on the walls, what you see that's available just in your little world, if you're in a really good high culture business or not. And I still believe that 80% of our public want this kind of experience. They're not going to beat you up for a price when they know that they're walking into quality attitude, quality experience, all all the Q words that would matter. Good point, Matthew. George, branded water.
So, our grand idea back in early 2020 was we were going to have a little care package, put a bottle of water in the customer's vehicle. So I bought a whole pallet of bottled water with, our labels on it. And then, COVID happened and people were not too thrilled about us leaving things in their car. So that kind of put a damper on that. But we still, we gave it out, and it's just another way to keep our name in their, in the forefront. They can see it and they appreciate it. Like I said, when it's hot, it's nice to have a bottle of water. And we have given it to our vendors too. Our vendors are our partners. Without them, if we don't have the parts and tires and things coming in, then we have nothing. So we always want to take care of our drivers, our delivery drivers, so that they as well, get the water. The UPS driver, we get things delivered that way. But it's just another way to keep our name in the forefront, keep it in the customer's mind. We'll give them a few, the kids take a few, and they have them in the car. And they may, a bottle of water from the kid will be in the back seat for 2 months, and they'll see it cleaning the car out. It's like, oh yeah, I need to get an oil change. Oh yeah, I need that. The other car needs an oil change, the van needs an oil change, or whatever. So just another way to keep us in their mind.
Isn't that a cool idea? I never really thought of that. Maybe a half-consumed bottle of water has staying power, and you can keep your logo in certain places you would have normally not had. How expensive was that bottle? Was it like 50 cents to get your label on it?
I'm thinking it was quantity. You save some money, so that's why I bought a whole pallet of it. I think it was like 1,000 bottles of water or something like that. It was, but I think it was way less than $1. I can't remember exactly, 75 or 70 cents or something, depending on the size of the bottle. There's many options, but I think I got something middle of the road, so it was like 50 to 70 cents, in that range.
Where do we stand today with COVID and you leaving the bottle? Are they still accepting of it?
Oh, now it's not such a big deal. But now we don't leave it in the car because it's hot. We left it in the car. They'd have a hot bottle of water.
Yeah.
At that time, it was, March, so it wasn't, the temperature wasn't a problem. Now that's why we have the mini fridge. That way they can help themselves, or we'll hand them one.
Got
Depending.
it. Hey, you guys have sent us, George. I know you didn't send us any pics, but still in all, please comment on these pictures that we're going to show. Way back, Matt, when we did our first episode together and I created your graphic, I put that little fox right next to your picture because I thought that was a fascinating giveaway. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so our staff is trained. Our technicians actually do this part of it, but every vehicle that comes in, our staff is all trained to acquire our customers' Ford. So Ford stands for Family, Occupation, Recreation, and Dreams. Our technicians play a big part in this too, and so part of this ties into collecting Ford. So if there's a car seat in any vehicle that comes in, they actually buckle one of these bears into the car seats, and we don't say anything. They just make a notation on the customer file that, got a bear on this day and what version of the bear, because we're on our 5th version now. And that's kind of how they're, so when the customer gets to their car and they're putting their kids in there, first thing the kid sees is this teddy bear. And it's awesome seeing, Google reviews and Facebook, tags and things like that with people with their kids holding these foxes or different bears. And we go through anywhere from 18 to 20,000 of these a year. So it's gotten to be kind of a big ordeal for us now.
So let me stop and make a mention on Ford, Matthew. I interviewed the author of that book, John DeJulius. John DeJulius. I interviewed him so that everyone knows. It was episode 559. And even if you want to go to my website and type in DiJulius, DIJULIUS, or the words single biggest competitive advantage, it'll come up and it'll explain more in depth about Ford. But one excellent book to read, and I can't quite. Oh, Customer Service Revolution is the name of the book. And Matt, I talk about Ford a lot when I get into that level of detail with certain podcasts. So thank you for bringing that up, and how the entire team pulls the information, and where do you keep it, into a CRM program?
So we actually put it into our shop management program underneath the customer's file. So
Perfect.
it kind of ties into that. It's amazing when you have a customer. You talk about amenities and things like. So we have a we call it our wow budget. But every store has a budget they can use to do something extra for a customer. So like if a customer comes in, they got a bunch of Harry Potter stuff in their car or whatever. Like the teams have the authority to go out and do something for the customer, whether it's go get them a Harry Potter shirt or whatever. We've had customers come in, they're going on a vacation and they're going mountain biking. We'll go and they're driving. So they have the authority to go out and buy them a bunch of snacks and road games and things like that. All the team signs a card and we leave it in the car for them. So that's the first thing they see when they come out. So little things like that, while they're not maybe amenities, they're part of delivering an exceptional service.
I love it. Well, there's so much we can learn from you. Good stuff. Next picture. Let's look at the next picture. I think this may be from. No, it's from George. This is your stuff, George.
Yep. We've got, just the standard, the pens. They're great pens. Actually, we've given away thousands and thousands of those. We have stickers. The kids like the stickers. They'll stick them all over their books. We have customers put them on their cars. Same with the tag frames. Some people that's cool. They just like them. The chip clips there in the middle, we give a ton of those away. They're actually really nice. They're magnetic. You can hang stuff from the fridge. That's kind of what we wanted them for. People stick stuff on the chip or stick stuff on the fridge, hang a piece of paper from, or the report card or picture from the kids. And then the ones down there at the bottom are little hand sanitizer spritzers. We got those right as soon as COVID was like a thing, we're thinking, okay, what can we do? That's something that we could give away, because a lot of people weren't taking things. They didn't want to take anything. So the hand sanitizer got real big. We got it before there was a shortage. Actually, we got our order in just in time. So they're really nice. You spritz them on your hands. They got a nice scent. They don't smell like alcohol. They smell like a lemon or citrus.
Nice.
So they're pretty nice.
A question about the tag frame. Do you have to ask the owner if you could put your frame around their license plate?
We do. We don't want to just do that, because some people, they might, especially if they have a particular one. Some people use the colleges or whatever schools that professional teams and such. We're definitely not going to touch those. But we see them from the dealer, or the dealer has them and they're always broken or faded, and we'll say, hey, do you mind if we put a fresh tag frame on your car? We noticed yours was broke. And most people don't care. They're like, sure. And it's
Nice.
a driving, advertisement for us, and it's cool looking.
Let's see the next slide. I think this is your place also.
Yep, there's our little mini fridge with our bottled waters, and then we've got our little snack bar and coffee bar. We offer some snacks. It's shrunk down. Before COVID, we had a ton of different things, but then we weren't having anybody in the waiting room for a while. So, we kind of scaled it back, but we're starting to bring it back up again now that we're having more people come through. But we used to have a whole assortment of different things, but, granola bars and nuts, peanuts, and, little trail mix and things like that. And, just nice, just some K-cups of coffee.
Nice. Let's go to the next slide. Whoops. There it is.
Yep, that's our waiting area at our main location. Just clean, simple, comfortable. Obviously Wi-Fi. We got TV in the corner if they want to watch TV or what have you. Not a lot of people hanging out like they used to, but we used to have people all the time. They'd pull those little tables up, put their laptop up, just do some work, get some work done. We had a few customers that they would stay there a few hours after their car was done, just because it's like, yeah, I can just get stuff done here. It's just easier than going home or sitting in my car, which is nice.
We had a great episode this week, Aftermarket Weekly, and Jeff Glassman, and he talked about moving from a big city to a small little country town. And he hired an interior decorator to take this 100-year-old building and design a customer waiting lobby. And I think this person nailed it. They got that small town feel and look, and it has that almost, it has a nice automotive feel to it. If the episode is released tomorrow as a podcast, and it's up on my YouTube channel right now. So it was when I see lobbies today, I'm starting to look at them and hearing how people are designing them and the look that they're looking for, and we are so as an industry doing so many things to compete with the dealerships, and the dealerships have swag, but they don't. They really don't do the swag to the degree that you guys here on the show are doing. What's the next slide, Tracy? Oh my. You talk about going to the nines, huh, Rachel?
Yeah, so we try and change our swag up occasionally. What you see there is actually a pecan pie. So we were giving those out. It says, "Any way you slice it, we're grateful for you." So they were just little dollar pies that we got from Walmart, but the customers really appreciated that. It was just something different. Didn't have our logo on it. We do include our VIP card in most of the swag that we give out, and that has made the customer feel really special in regards to we're handing them that card. And it's also a benefit to us because that's something that's bringing them back to us. The other one is mugs that were filled with chocolate and a pin, and it says, "Thanks for being the heart of our business." We gave out those during Valentine's Day. But the biggest thing for us is taking that extra little step and showing them that we care. And we're getting into their hearts and minds. It's making them not focus so much on the price, but remembering the experience. They're not going to remember the price a year from a year from now, but they're going to remember how we made them feel.
I can't
This
I can't imagine what you spend on swag.
typically not a lot. I'm pretty cheap, so I go out and try. And most of the things that I do are under $1. But we might give out a few items. Like right now, we're doing air fresheners. We've got sunglasses, notepads, and pens. So we try and keep it minimal. The customers that are VIP customers or they spend a lot on their first visit, we typically are probably spending about $30 to $40 on giving them a personalized bag.
Mm. I mean, yeah, you know what's fun? Go to a conference and get a bag at the check-in desk, and you can't wait to go up into the room and start rummaging through it and see what you got.
Oh yeah, it's
Instead of
like going to the dentist. The dentist has you take your kid in there and they've got that treasure box that they can pick a toy out whenever they're done. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
also do that. We've got a toy drawer, so we know that those kids that are coming in, they may be our future customers. So we want them to remember that they had a great experience here. So we've got Hot Wheels and Barbies and all kinds of things just even for the kids to come in. And we have customers that tell us all the time, "My kids cannot wait to come back in for when I need my next oil change."
We have got to go back to that picture with the cupcake holder to protect that cup. That to me, that cupcake protector, if there's a better name for it,
So we
that
did that
is
for teachers. So we just wanted to show them that we care about them too, because they're doing a tremendous job right now. So we did cupcakes for all the teachers and put that up there and just gave them we said it's something, a sweet treat for someone neat, I think is what we put on that tagline.
off the charts. Thank you. Is there another slide? Let's see what else we have here from Rachel. Oh, back up one. There you go. Oh, there was your Hot Wheels. I think I saw your Hot Wheels. There's your
Yep.
Hot Wheels.
We've got our Hot Wheels for the kids in there. The other bag in the middle is we did a bag of popcorn. It's gourmet popcorn, and we just said thanks for popping in. The last one is actually a Facebook post from a customer who was saying how neat it was that they got something. That's just a little fortune cookie box, and we had fortune cookies on the inside. And then they just had little sayings on each of them. But on some of the tags, they actually had coupons on there. So depending on which one you got, you may have got a coupon for $10 off a oil change or something like that.
Got it. Next slide. Here come your sunglasses. I think we're going to see that.
got the sunglasses. We gave those out last year to our athletic booster club, and all the kids wore them in our homecoming parade. So that was something really neat. And they also got to take it home with them. We've got a little booklet there. It's just a little notepad people can keep in their cars, and then a pop socket. All the kids love the pop sockets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And one more. We got one more of your stuff. Unbelievable. Look at, is that your did you protect the water in the plastic bag? I mean, was that all about COVID?
Are you talking about the bottom right picture?
Yeah, the bottom
Those
right.
are
Yeah.
actually candles. We give those out at Christmas, and
Ah.
it says thanks for making our spirits bright, and
Hmm.
just says Merry Christmas on there. So we do that every Christmas. The customers really like it. Those are just from Dollar Tree. They're a dollar candle. I go through and make all the little tags and buy some stickers for them. It's just got our logo on there. We did last Christmas. We also did what they call them, cocoa bombs. So we put those in there and says we think you're the bomb, and put those in the car. We've done bath bombs for the ladies and done the same saying. The other picture there on the left is what we give to the customers that maybe putting an engine or transmission in, or they spend a large amount. Each one of them is going to get our emergency roadside kit. We'll give them one of our custom hats. We've got car fresheners, beanies, dry fit shirts. So we really try and make them feel like we appreciate them. Give them something back for what they came in for.
Do you sleep?
Occasionally.
Just checking, because Matthew, I don't know about you, but the creativity of the slogans all around each of those amenities. When you come up with a really cool phrase, then do you try to match the giveaway with
Oh
the
yeah, we've
phrase?
done Tootsie Rolls, and we put on the Tootsie Rolls. We like the way you roll. Thanks for coming in.
I'm taking notes over here. So
Yeah, I bet you are. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, all of these great show notes that'll be in the episode show notes will take those key lines that you said and share them with the rest of the world. Why reinvent anything when someone's already done it, right?
And Pinterest is a great tool. So you can find lots of ideas on Pinterest. You just got to go in there and just start looking for it and try and match something up. I mean, we've done
Ah,
spearmint gum, and there's all kinds of things, the cupcakes, and we've done cookies and the popcorn. But it's just that little touch. And I'll tell you what, the customers most appreciate cookies. They love cookies. So, I mean, you can go to Sam's and buy one of those big platters of cookies. And just when you're checking them out, here's a little something for you. We appreciate you coming in. Um, it's just that little memento. It just puts a smile on their face.
I don't know about you, George, but a cookie for me it's an indulgent. You really it's fattening. You're not supposed to have it, but God, you put a cookie with you put an oatmeal raisin cookie in front of me, and I'll stuff my
Mhm.
pockets and walk the other way, and just go sit in a corner and eat them.
I mean, I'm not turning down a cookie. If somebody's giving me a cookie, I'm gonna take
I
it with
know.
me and
Yeah.
smile. So, it's hard to say no to a cookie.
Yeah, I know. So, Matt, you get a ton of feedback from your customers on what you do for them. Give us an example.
Like the bears are probably one of the biggest ones. We get pictures of their kids just sitting in the car holding the bear and they're smiling ear to ear, like those, and then the parents come in, when's the next bear coming out, and they'll send us pictures of the kids, and all the bears are by their toy box, and they have all the different versions that we've had over the years. And so that's a big one. We get a lot of feedback. I've 70 something loaner cars. And so, like, that's a big one. I'll get pictures of them saying, this place saved me because I wasn't able to get around without using one of their cars. A lot of the swag that we have shirts that we have at the counters, and it's I love my mechanic or whatever, and it has like a Facebook thumbs up on it. So if a customer has like an awesome experience, we'll take a picture of them holding the shirt and put that online. That's always a super fun one to see. We have all different sizes of them, stuff like that. But we just try to you know tailor to what our guests really want and the type of people we want in our company too.
I love it. I love my mechanic. And recently we've done some episodes, and they've been very, very interesting with a consumer panel. And the consumer panel was asked, technician or mechanic? And all six of them said mechanic.
Hmm.
And so it was a revelation I think you all know that we're really trying to up, the terminology in our industry by calling the people who work for us technicians. White lab coat people. That's where we're headed with all this great technology. But the consumer doesn't know and or care or appreciate that we may have a different term inside of our business. And if you really care about SEO and any search engine, you don't want to say they're never going to type in technician near me. They're going to type in mechanic near me. And I think it was great to say, I love my mechanic. That is, again, these are off the wall, wonderful and great customer amenity ideas that I think is as important as your commitment to training your people. It's like, okay, I'm going to pick up my car and I'm just going to put my card in the machine, or I've already swiped and I've done you know, uh, a transaction that I didn't even have to go into the shop and I could pick up my keys. Oh my God, there's something sitting on the passenger seat. There's that cookie thing from Rachel, and there's that bear from Matt. I think if you're not having that personal experience, this is a great way to not break the ice, but to continue the discussion, even though you're not there.
Yeah, the customer experience is our ultimate marketing tool. I mean, people are coming back to us because of the experience they have. So we have to really go above and beyond and think outside the box of Discount Tire, they're known for giving away free flat repairs. So I really constantly try and think outside the box. What will we be known for? Chick-fil-A is known for their awesome service that they say "my pleasure" on every visit. I want to be known that we deliver and provide the best customer experience in our area for auto repair shops.
Well, hey, good stuff. One final break for our partners, and then we'll come back and we'll put a bow on this. More cars equals more money. So the faster you check them in, pump out an accurate estimate, and move them through the bay, all the better. Get shopware.com for a smooth ride through every step of the day. Hey, with over 2,300 SKUs and 95% sales coverage on fuel pumps, Delphi has everything you need to replace your customer's fuel pump. From OEM quality pumps, modules, GDI pumps, and fuel tank cleaning supplies to instructional videos. Get started. Talk to my friends at DelphiAftermarket.com. Hey, don't forget my YouTube channel. This is where you can see all this stuff. You could actually go spend some time this weekend and rewatch this and take some notes, right? Because these are really great ideas. You three are doing some exceptional things for customer amenities, and I appreciate you coming on and sharing. Any final word, George?
I mean, I agree totally with everything everyone's saying about the customer experience is what keeps us in their mind. They expect us to fix their car right the first time. That's a given. Like if we don't, that's, we're already lost. It's these little things that we do that we make them remember. They're going to talk about what you leave in their car, or the bear, or the little cup with the chocolates to their friends. They're not going to say, "Oh, they fixed my car right today." They're going to talk about, "Oh, they gave me a bear. They gave me this. They gave me a loaner car." That's what's going to keep them thinking about us, not us fixing. Yeah, that's great. We're expected to do that. We have to think above and beyond, and what can we do to keep them thinking about us and talking about us to their friends besides fixing their car.
Thank you for that, Matthew. I'll give you the last word. Rachel, I have a question for you. Do you see in your reviews any of this stuff mentioned?
Oh, absolutely. I think Tracy had a picture up of a customer had posted the fortune cookies on Facebook. I had one customer say, "This is why we shop local. You get the local hometown service. Small town, big hearts." So definitely customers appreciate it. They come back and we do a 2-day follow-up. So if we leave something in their car, they'll typically respond something back to us. "Thanks so much for whatever we left in their vehicle."
Matt, can you buy that connectivity? Can you buy that post-transaction relationship, intimacy, trust without stuff like this? I think it goes miles.
Yeah, it does. Doing these things, it creates the relationship we're trying to accomplish with our guests. At the end of the day, that's, I feel like, like both these guys said, fixing the car should be the expectation. What we do beyond that's what creates a repeat customer and a referral and everything else. And I think that the way you train your people, the way you do these things, I mean, it all ties into it. And not forgetting about the internal customer as well.
Well, I don't know how you, Matt, 10 stores, a coach with Transformers Institute. How do you do it, man?
I got other stuff too. I got really good people though. I can't do any of this without the people that are underneath me.
Well, that's the answer I expected, and the right answer. How nice that was. Rachel Spencer, Spencer's Auto Repair, Crum, Texas. Thanks for sharing all your stuff with us. It was really good. Good. I think I'm gonna just go from Buffalo to Crum to get my car fixed because I want cookies. Matt Lockowitzer, Matt's Automotive Service Center, Fargo, Moorhead, North Dakota, and now in Minneapolis. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you.
George Gilligan, Revolution Motorworks, Finksburg, Maryland. Thanks for all your cool stuff and pictures and all the stuff that you're doing, George. Thank you. Customer Amenities, Town Hall Academy. Appreciate you being here, guys.
Thanks. Great being
Thank you.
there.